Ever pondered on the question, what were the Crusades really about? Today, we delve into the annals of history and uncover the fascinating story of the Crusades, a series of religious wars that shaped the course of medieval Europe and the Middle East. The Crusades were a series of religious wars initiated primarily by the Latin Church in the medieval period. The most famous of these campaigns took place in the Holy Land between 1095 and 1291. The call to arms was first made by Pope Urban II in 1095, which culminated in the conquest of Jerusalem in 1099. But what drove people to leave their homes and march towards an uncertain future? Participants came from all corners of Europe, driven by various motivations. For some, it was the promise of religious salvation, a chance to atone for their sins through a holy war. Others were bound by feudal obligations, while many saw the potential for economic or political advantage. The Crusades led to the establishment of 4 Crusader states in the Holy Land. However, European presence in the region began to decline after the fall of Acre in 1291. Interestingly, the scope of the Crusades was not confined to the Holy Land. They were also conducted against heretics, the Ottoman Empire, and for political reasons. The term crusade originally referred to military expeditions to the Holy Land, but as time passed, it began to encompass campaigns with varying objectives. The Crusades had a profound impact on European history, shaping it for centuries. However, their influence began to wane after the 15th century. To summarize, the Crusades were a complex series of religious wars, initiated by the Latin Church that spanned several centuries. They were driven by a variety of motivations, from religious salvation to political gain, and had a lasting impact on the course of European history. However, the Crusades were not just a historical event. They left a deep imprint on the collective memory of humanity, and their echoes can still be heard today. So the next time you find yourself pondering about the Crusades, remember they were more than just a series of wars. They were a pivotal moment in our shared history that shaped the world as we know it today. The Crusades were not just about wars, but also about the people who played pivotal roles in them. These figures, driven by their faith, ambition, or sense of duty, shaped the course of these religious wars and left a lasting legacy. Let's start with Pope Urban II. In 1095, he issued the call to arms that kick-started the First Crusade. His impassioned speech at the Council of Clermont ignited a fervor across Europe, leading thousands to take up the cross and march towards the Holy Land. Then there was Richard the Lionheart, King of England. Known for his military prowess, Richard led the Third Crusade. His fierce battles against the Muslim forces and his strategic diplomacy significantly impacted the course of the crusade. And of course, we cannot forget Saladin. As the first Sultan of Egypt and Syria, Saladin led the Muslim military campaign against the Crusader states. His chivalrous conduct and military successes earned him respect from both his allies and enemies alike. These figures, among others, left an indelible mark on the history of the Crusades. Their actions, decisions, and ideals not only shaped the events of their time, but also resonate in our understanding of this complex period in history.